Hi guys, so it's 8 p.m. I've gotten a lot done today. Today's Thursday. I got some of my own stuff listed. I did about, I want to say 6 items. I should have kept better track, but about 6 or 7 items. Then I sent 30 to the VA, and in the morning I will have to hurry. He'll be done, or he won't be done, but he'll be starting to list them around 7 and upload everything. And so around 7, I should be able to, start launching all of those. So that took me, I want to say it took me about an hour and 40 minutes today. I was just moving kind of slow. It's 486 photos. I did take more than 12 of a lot of the items because they had not really defects, but they're vintage. The stuffing on the down fill isn't perfect. And so I just took lots and lots of photos. So I uploaded about 486 photos. Those are, I better check my upload. There's a dog in the background. It's not my dog. I don't know whose dog it is, so sorry if you're hearing that. I have 123 items left to upload to my VA. So what I was doing tonight, after I got that done, I had supper. Well, I've had lunch and supper with my husband. Then we took the dog for about a 2.5 mile walk. It is still pretty chilly, but I just needed to get out. It did make me cough in the cold, but it's a good thing. I still feel really good. I am going to get up and try to go to work out in the morning, and I'll just wear a mask because it's an indoor workout and I'll be around other people. So see if I can, start to get my fitness back. It's been 2 weeks since I've worked out. So what I've been doing, this is box number 1 in my, it doesn't have a number, it's just my oldest box of inventory as far as clothing in my storage room. Now, I have older hard goods, and I'm working on those too separately, but to do a video of those, I'd have to drag them all in here. So, I've just been editing those. Eventually, as I get rid of things, I'm dragging them in here and showing you what I'm getting rid of. But here, there were 11 items that were in this box because I just condensed everything. So these were my 11 oldest clothing items. So I'm going to show you as I went through and found out why do I still have these. Oldest isn't like a few months either. These are going upwards of 2 years now. If just because of COVID and I didn't edit as much, I was working as a nurse a lot during that time. And so anyway, these are things that I really had to deal with. So let me show you what I did. I've got my notes here. Okay, so this is one item. This is a Cowgirl University of Wyoming shirt. It's a 3X. I obtained a ton of these about 2 summers ago. It might be going on 3 now. I can't remember, but it was a garage sale, and the guy had passed away, and he just had tons of sports stuff. The things I did really good on right away were Miami Dolphins stuff. He had a lot of WWE wrestling stuff. All that stuff sold fairly quickly. It sold out. I got some vintage posters at that garage sale, and I did really quite well. I paid literally like less than $1 a piece. It was a big bulk purchase. It was just kind of, not organized the best. The people remaining, it was kind of an estate sale, but the people were doing it themselves. And so I did really good on a lot of the sports shirts. And I also sold a ton of the University of Wyoming Cowboys shirts, the men's shirts. And I, just thought the Cowgirls would do good too. This one has just been stagnant. I just double checked my listing. I looked for any reason at all, anything that I would change. The price has been at like $4 since November 18th, and I've had 1 view. So I just feel like I'm sure there's something else I could do, but this is a pretty popular shirt at the consignment store in Wyoming where I'm going. So I'm going to easily get $2 or $2.50, if not more, off of this shirt because it is a really nice 3X size. So rather than try to figure it out and have it be in my store and be stagnant, then I'm just going to give up and take this to the consignment. So I just took this one off. This thing was at a garage sale. I have some vague memory of getting it in some big, huge lot. It's a really cute pillow sham. And it has Susan Alexander You know, she's like an artist, and you can find a few things about her. She makes fabric or has fabric printed, but it was just a chance. I'm not sure if it was homemade now or not, looking back. Anyway, you know, I tried. I held on to this thing. It was probably a bad buy to start with. This thing has been at $4.76 since November 18th, and I've had two people look at it, and they did not even want to pay $4 for it. So, you know, because I have coupons, I have promotions, I have every way in the world. Nobody has, I don't think, ever made an offer. This is one of those things that I should have pulled off a long time ago. So I'm going to donate that to somewhere. Okay. These are Coldwater Creek pants, classic fit, size 8. They're a real nice gray, flat front. They're not wide leg, but they're, you know, classic leg. I looked at my pictures. My pictures were fine. I liked them. They're kind of a side zip. They're kind of a stretch blend. I've had these for way over 2 years. So I looked up the comps to see, you know, what I could do with these. Looking for a keyword, should I keep them, whatever. So I've had 0 views on that pair of pants since November, even though I have tweaked the title before. So out of 376 available Coldwater Creek pants in a size 8, only 20 have sold. And these are, I mean, these would be a nice winter weight pant. I'm sure your cropped pants and all that fall into it, but still pants. So 376, only 20 sold, and 10 of those were under $7. So I've just decided this will sell decently for me at the consignment store. My share at the consignment store should be at least $2. By the time I keep these in my store and just wait longer, I've just decided that, you know, that ratio, I'm just not going to beat that. I think if these were a size 16 or above, 18, 22, something like that, then Coldwater Creek's a great brand. But I just can't seem to get any traction on these. I'm analyzing everything, my photos, my keywords, my title structure, anything, my item specifics. I'm, of course, checking those. So anyway, I'm going to consign these. I give up on you. I give up on you. All right. This is a black dress, a Madewell black dress. I think it's darling. It's like a fit and flare type, you know, dress. And I rephotoed it. I put some with the ruler. I had measurements in there, but I didn't use an actual ruler in the photos like I do now. And plus, I just thought that, you know, I had 7 or 8 photos, and I wanted to have at least, you know, 15 now that we're allowed if I'm going to keep this thing. I know it is a size small, but it's a nice nylon stretch blend. It has like leather detail on the collar. So, I just kind of changed the title structure around a little bit. I did put fit and flare. I upped the promoted to 15%, and I just put $14 on it. I think I can get, you know, $7 or $8 profit out of this. I know I could also consign it. This is my like last ditch attempt on this thing. I just think it's the size. Madewell is a strong brand, and so I'm hoping I can get this sold. It is short sleeved. Maybe if spring comes, but yeah, but the next time I edit this box, this is it for this thing. All right, where are we at now? All right, these are Gap Always Skinny Pants. They're gray. They're kind of a taper, and they are a size 10. Always Skinny. So I looked them up, and the Always Skinny, let me find it here. Now, I've only had 2 views since November 18th on these. But I looked them up, and on a size 10 Gap Always Skinny, There are 76 active and 23 sold. So that's not anything I would ever pick up again, but since I have these, I just figured it must be something I'm doing because, you know, I have not a big store, but I definitely promote my listings and things, and I have sales, and so if that hasn't sold, I figured it must be something I could fix. So I went in, I looked at my everything about the listing, and I realized that I had the waist at 34 and I did not have photos in the measurements. So somewhere along the line, either me or a VA, but it's me, I'm the one who launches every single listing. I don't have my VAs launch. So I might have mismeasured, who knows. But anyway, the actual waist size on the size 10 are 30. Everything else was accurate. So I took 5 new photos really quick, added them to the others, put the ruler in the listing, and changed and updated the waist. And, you know, that could be what it is. Someone's thinking, well, I'm a size 10, but I don't have a 34 waist. That's the only thing I can think of. I also am putting volume. I'm clicking the volume button to have volume sales on these. And then I upped to 15% on promoted listings. If that doesn't work, same thing. This is my last ditch attempt on these. But this one I can kind of see where it didn't sell. So let's hope. All right, this I have always wondered what I'm doing wrong. I thought it would sell, but now I've had 0 views on it since November 18th. My title structure wasn't perfect. It said VTG Chicago Bulls. Then it had something else. Then it had T-shirt. And I've learned on the group I'm on that, you know, that Chicago Bulls in a sports shirt, you know, is your brand, even though Majestic is the actual brand. So anyway, I changed my title structure. I put Chicago Bulls t-shirt, and then I went with the size and my keywords and everything else. And so, I'm hoping that will help. I also didn't have any measurements, so I laid out the ruler. I took a few new photos just so that the algorithm on eBay shows that this is a new listing to it. If it's just all the repeat photos, I think they kind of over time, especially by the 10th relist, they get it. Sorry. So, I lowered it from $19 down to $12. I upped the promoted listings to 15%. And if I can get $7 or $8 profit on that, I will. If not, that'll be my next round of consignment. So I put a date on this box here of the date that I edited it, which is today. And in 3 months, now, you know, I'll have to check for the new things if I condense. But before I condense anything into this box, then it will be edited, you know, and I'll know this box, nothing else gets put into it. Even if some of this sells, I'm not gonna condense into this box, you know, unless it also applies to, you know, this number and it only has a couple months to sell, and then I'm done. I might even go and just write the date on the actual specific envelopes rather than just on the box, since I do condense into it. I might do that. All right. These are American Eagle size 2. I would not pick these up again. I think I have too many different styles in my store. I don't have just like a, you know, festival or a real trendy store. I have outdoor wear. I have all kinds of stuff. So even though I have a lot of what I think is kind of trendy, I just don't think that I have enough of it to sell necessarily, you know, a lot of this stuff. Outdoor wear just does better for me. But for this pair, I looked it up and there are 42 active right now and only 1 sold. I do, however, and that's in a size 2 American Eagle shorts, not even all just the shorty kind. But I know that cruise season is coming and then summer is coming, so I decided to give these one more round. I've had 0 views on them since December 6th, but it's been cold everywhere. Even people in Florida consider it to have been cold lately. So, you know, with Christmas and everything, I'm okay with that. So I changed some of my keywords. I've been, I had midi in this, midi stretch, which these are not midi, these are shorty. And then I wasn't spelling shorty the way other people are with an IE. I had it with a Y. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And then I added super stretch because that was in here, and I had midi stretch, so I added super stretch. And then I added festival, and this is my last attempt on these. I'm going to give these till, you know, the edge of summer, or probably through summer, I guess. I'm not going to take a pair of shorts off till summer's over, but this is it for these guys. Actually, you know, if by July they haven't sold, then the place where I consigned those would go right away, and I'd at least get $2, get those out of my hair. Out of 9,600 American Eagle shorts, size 2 in women's, only 642 have sold in the last 90 days. So I'm thinking if summer comes, maybe 300 or 400 would, you know, or no, 642, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 might sell just because summer's coming. So I'm thinking 9,600 and then 3,000 or 4,000 sold. It's not horrible. It's still nothing I would pick up again, but I think I can rotate these with the better keywords. I think I took more pictures with the ruler of those two, or I already had the ruler in the listing. I'm not sure, but anyway. All right, then this is a Susan Bristol Hawaiian skirt. It's brand new. Had this thing forever. I think it's cute. It's a bigger size. It's got a stretch waist. It's a size 14. Yeah, size 14. It's, I think, 100% cotton. It's like a denim. Yeah, it's a cotton. Let me see what I decided on this. Now, I have had 21 views on this since November 18th. Because it is. I mean, the colors of it, I guess you wouldn't say are winter, but the heaviness of it, and it's a maxi type and everything else. So I looked, and Susan Bristol skirts in a size 14 have 14 current, or no, 10 available in a new skirt, and 2 have sold. So still, nothing that I probably should have picked up. The as cute as I think it is, the numbers just aren't there. It has a 10-to-2 ratio of sales. So I upped my promoted to 15%. I lowered the price to $13.95 because I just wanted out of there. And then I added faux wrap to the title, and I took a few extra photos just to kind of get more in the algorithm. I don't think I had quite 12. There was a time when I was just, you know, taking like 6 photos and I wasn't having a measurement in the photos. Now I take a minimum of 12 photos, and then, you know, I think that helps because eBay likes 12 photos is what I've heard. So I think that could have been it too, but I've had the views. So on this one, that's not the problem. I've had 21 views and someone just didn't bite. So it could have been a price issue, but no one has offered me anything. So they couldn't have, you know, wanted it that bad. So I went way down, up my promoted, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the last chance for it too, because come spring, even in 2 more months on this, that would sell really good at the consignment store, and I would at least get $5. Okay. These American Eagle, that's why I was confused. I have 2 American Eagle shorts. Okay. Yeah, these are the American Eagle. These are men's, but they're a size 26 waist, and that is what they measure. They're just small. They don't say boys or teens, but still, whatever. They are just size 26. But the camo American Eagle normally can do really, really well, and there are a lot of either teen boys or men who can wear a 26. It's not that unusual, I don't think, but this is the one that has 42 active and only 1 sold in American Eagle shorts with a waist of 26 right now. Now, I know it's winter, so I thought even if that triples or goes through the roof, you know, you're still looking at a half sell-through. So I just decided to pull them. I've had 0 views since December 6th. I know I could wait it out, but I'm going to put these in my summer consignment or my spring consignment for the place where I consign, and I'm just going to do that. I know these will sell well there. They mark American Eagle up a little bit, so I'll get at least $4 out of these, and I just don't think it's worth weighing my store down. I can't get them to sell. Same with these. BDG jeans have a semi-decent sell-through. Maybe not 100%, but these were really cute, I thought. Kind of stylish. Anyway, they were really cute. And they are a size 27 waist, and they're brand new with tags. So I've had these forever, same thing. I looked, and these have had 3 views since November. Now, I know your views can be messed up. eBay's views are not always 100% accurate, but they haven't sold. I mean, that is 100% sure since November, and this is winter and jean season. Now, these technically have a short inseam of 24, so they're technically either a crop or an ankle jean, and I had that in there. But even now, in the middle of winter, BDG jeans that are a size of, with this waist, are there's 230 active and only 33 sold. So I just kind of give up. I'm not an expert at this, of what style it is. I don't know what to put. You know, I think it has great detail myself with this kind of line here, and I think the back is really, really cute. But I think that a lot of college kids in Laramie at the university, that's who the biggest market is to that consignment store, and they have just thousands, literally, of people buying stuff every week or two. When I'm in there, it is so packed. And so I'll get some money for these there, and I'm just going to give up. I can't figure out why they're not selling. I give up. Because this isn't the first time I've edited any of these. This is not like they just sat for 2 years and then I decided to edit. I have tried other times. I've tried the title. I've tried the style. I've put some effort into each one of these. I've got number 50, then it skips to number 95, and it skips to number 117. So, hundreds and hundreds of things have sold aside from these, but these are just the last hanger-oners, the things that are hanging on. Now, I think these are just real cute. They're just basic men's kind of chino golf shorts. They're Ben Hogan. They are a size 32. They're performance, Ben Hogan performance. They're just golf shorts, but I've had these through at least 2 summers. So it's not like I just put them in here in winter and then I wonder why they're not selling. I've had these through several summers. I've had 0 views since November, which is not surprising. But when I look at Ben Hogan, now of course this is winter, there are 1,100 pre-owned shorts in Ben Hogan, and 76 have sold. So even if summer goes crazy and you get up to 500 sold in this brand, I just don't think that I'm going to compete. And most of them were in the $5 to $10 range. So I'm going to put these in my summer consignment, and pretty soon, as soon as they'll accept shorts, I'm going to take these to consign. So I think that is it, guys. So that's what I did with 11 items. So let's see, I kept 1, 2, 3, 4. I decided to try 5. I decided to stick with 5 of them, change them a little bit. I think that, maybe I can get $40 out of these 5 just with my, 30, 40 minutes of time. And I had to pull those anyway and kind of figure out what was going on. So I think, if these eventually sell with the extra promoted listings and stuff, I might eke out $40 out of these. If not, I at least know that they are listed and that there's really no reason other than what I need to try to get them to sell. So I hope that helps. That's my process in trying to decide. As I do this more and more and more, I have less of this to do, because I have just learned the hard way that it is better to shop longer, stay in the store longer. I know not everyone can do that. I get that. If you have small children at home, or if you just can't travel, or if there's something, maybe you can't drive. I have a family member who is in that boat. You just can't take off and go to Denver because you want to. I know that not everyone can do this, and you have to sell what you have and be thankful. But since my kids are raised and I'm now in the position to go just get better stuff, I find that it's the same time commitment, because, none of these are horrible choices. They're not chances. They're not no-name brands. They don't have flaws. Not a single one of these has flaws. And I have Chicago Bulls t-shirts, and I have, Gap, and I have Madewell, and yet for 2 years these things haven't sold. So I feel like sizing is the number one mistake I made with some of these. The Chicago Bulls t-shirt I still just can't figure out. I've looked for it for that exact t-shirt before, and it's not a bunch that, there aren't a bunch on there, and mine's a size XL. So I think I'm just too high on the price. But everything else, I think I had a lot of sizing issues going on. Even a size 8 women's dress pant, I know there's a lot of, that's about what my size is. And so I'm out there, I'm a customer, but I just think that when you're trying to compete and get $10 for something, you've got to kind of look at the different choices. So that's what I do. I'm going to do that with every box, every old box in my inventory. And my number one approach to not having this happen again is just prevention. I am trying to use my phone. It's a tool we've been blessed with. I did not have this as a tool when I first started reselling. This did not, yes, I had a phone, but you didn't have all these apps and things to just look them up and take a picture of something on Google Lens and all that. So I feel like that because I'm blessed to be able to travel, I just don't have any excuse to be taking chances on things like this. These 6 things that I pulled, I truly believe are hindering some of the sales on my better stuff. I just 100% believe that. I think the evidence is there. So I'm trying to be careful. Like, I'm in the mood to stay up all night and just go get this stuff out of my store. But I'm trying to do, 5 a day, 10 a day at the most. I'm not even really making a project of it. I'll just get it done as I can. I want to make sure that I'm adding back in much better stuff. And I would much rather have a smaller store until I can see it rotating and not have just a few things drag down all the good stuff that I'm adding. I don't think anyone truly knows. I don't think anyone really has their finger on exactly how the eBay algorithm works, or Cassini, but everything I've read from what people do know, it's that your whole store is an entity and it functions like an entity. And I think it makes total sense. If you think about the flea market and you were going to go into a flea market, like an indoor one, or a grocery store, or whatever. If you were going to walk into a store and you just had money to spend, like people are just surfing and shopping, and if you went into a store and every time you walked into that store, the same 10 items were right by the front door. And I see this all the time because I shop at a lot of flea markets looking for stuff to sell. And you'll walk in and it's just the same picture, the same painting, the same piece of furniture, and they are waiting, 2 years for that to sell. And I get that, but rotate it, move it, put the newer things so that people think your store has changed. And so, I think that's what I see my eBay store as now. Amazon's different. Amazon, it's a single thing, one product, and it's its own thing. Who you are, or maybe your feedback counts on Amazon, but that one toy is just an entity by itself. It has nothing to do with a store. But on eBay, even if you don't have a store, I just think eBay counts it as, should I send that person traffic? Are they selling things? And that's just what I've read and what everybody seems to say, even though I don't think anyone really completely knows. So we're going to see. This is like, 6 more things I pulled, 10, 15 things in the last few days, and then I'm adding items that are 10 times better than any of these things. So that's my plan. I'll make the next video in a few days. I hope to go in. I hope that it gets less and less, that I'm actually getting rid of things. I hope I'm just figuring out the problem on everything, and that, then they start to sell. I hope that I don't have to donate quite so much each time, but if the numbers aren't there, I'm just treating them like, would I pick this item up today? On these, I gave them a little bit of leeway. I would not pick any of these items up, not a single one. But I already have the money in them, and I have the photos taken, and I thought, I'll give them a little bit more chance. But for the most part, I'm trying to ask myself, like, even if someone gave them to me today, I would not list any of the stuff. I would say thank you and I would go get some consignment money off it, but I would not put any of these things in my eBay store at all. I don't even think the Madewell dress, just because it's a size small, and I struggle to get rid of stuff in that size. That's just me. So, all right, guys, that's my theory. I'm not saying it's true or that you should do it. I'm just saying that this is what I'm going to do to make space, make sure that as I'm adding hundreds of new items a week, that I have space and that my space isn't taken up with some of this low end stuff. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on tomorrow for a shipping video. Bye-bye.